Hey everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost. How are y'all doing? Hope you're having fun. Today we're just going to do a really simple project. It's making page tabs out of book pages. A lot of fun different ways to do them. These are really cute on a junk journal. Let me show you an example. All right, so here are some little prototypes that I made. They almost look like place cards at a wedding or something like that. Very simple construct. And I'll go over a couple different ways you can make them. But they're just darn cute. And if you wanted to pop one into your junk journal just for fun, here's actually a blank one made out of a book page. My base is going to be book page, but you can use any paper for this, any scrap paper, any decorative paper, any plain paper. And I'm working with an old Nancy Drew book. This is just the thickness of the paper and everything that I'm working with. Maybe some folks are familiar with what that feels like. Okay, so here's a journal. And your journal signatures can be recessed into the book, meaning they don't stick out farther than your cover, or they can protrude past the cover. Both are okay, both will work. And let's just find a page to pop a page tab on. Here's the page. All right, so here's a simple page. It's just a stenciled page with a coffee dye, I believe. And what I would do is just take this little page tab and pop it on here. I'm not going to stick it out super far, although you could stick it out all the way there if you wanted. The look will be a little more pronounced. You'll have these little page tabs sticking out, which is so cute, I think. So basically at this point, let me put that down a little bit more. Okay. So this is how to place one in here. Basically, I'm going to glue stick the entire inside. I'm going to decide, do I want it this way? Do I want it that way? I'm going to look to see what I like. I found what I like, and I'm just going to pop it on here. Pretty easy to do. You can buy page tab punches, but if you don't have a page tab punch, or you're just looking to do something a little bit different, this is a little decorative element to any page, and that's what it looks like when it's closed, which I think is kind of cute. Okay, so that's the general concept. Now you can use these for a purpose or just for decoration. So I would say this might be just for decoration, although a person could come along here and put a label on here if they wanted. Maybe you have some of these Digikits that have words printed on them. You can get them from a lot of different sellers. I have some. But you can also just tear words out of a book, and you can use those. So let's play with some ideas on how you can make some fun, very easy page tabs. So here is the page. I was playing with that one. A Nancy Drew book page, and I'm going to remove the white around. And the easiest way for me to do this is with a metal ruler with a sharp edge. I call it a tearing ruler. I guess I could pick up my microphone. Sorry, I forgot to put it on my shirt. Hope you could hear that. Here is the fancy method. It's giving me a nice torn edge. I like that look. You can also use fancy scissors, things like that, to give it a pretty decorative edge. Maybe we'll show some of those examples as well. And this particular page will yield a block like that. I think I'm going to just eyeball center to make 2 columns. And then I'm going to take this and tear these in half. You can measure these to make sure they're perfect. I'm okay eyeballing it. I'm a big eyeballer. Okay, and then I'm just going to tear those in half. Now I've got 4 bases to play with. And it's a very simple concept. You just take it, fold it in half. It's going to give you text on both sides, obviously. And what I do is I like to take these 2 edges together and then fold them a little bit. And then open it up and fold them both inside. Okay? And now I'm just going to put a little glue here, and then glue those down. And that gives me a little bit more structure in case the paper is weak at all. And I would use like a substantially thick book page to begin with. You want something that, because this might be pulled on, so you want to have a little bit of strength there. You can also reinforce it with cardstock or another piece of paper or a second book page if you want to make a thicker one if you've got thin pages. So there's our base. Pretty simple, right? Now I'm just going to take a brown. Here's this is Distress Ink Walnut Stain. No, that's hard to read. Sorry. I'm just going to go around and ink these just to give it a border. It makes it have a little bit of a vintage look, an antique look. And then we can decide whether we want to decorate it or leave it as is. And there's a lot of fun ways that you can decorate these. It's limitless, actually. But just something simple might be, trying to see if I have a word here on something else we can use, which is, well, we'll just choose the notes one. Okay, so you can use any words that maybe you can take the time to just make a page like this on your computer. You can form it in the email body of an email if you don't have a printer program, or you can use Word or Publisher or anything where you can type text. And so I just typed out a bunch of words and then saved it as a document. If you don't feel like doing that, like I said, you can always buy these on there's tons of them on Etsy and that. And you can also make them in different fonts, different styles. If you like different fonts and different styles, you can do that. Okay, so I'm just going to put the little glue stick here. I'm using Scotch Create glue stick if you're curious. And I'm just going to pop it right on there. This paper that it came from is a little whiter than the background paper, so there's a little bit of contrast there, which is kind of cute. Okay, so that's one done. And then another option you can do is, let's take another one of these little bases. I've already folded this one in half. I'm just going to fold the edge over. And if you have any extra ideas on how to make page tabs, feel free to pop your ideas down below. This can be a great resource for all of us to come back and check out. And there are a million ways to make page tabs, so don't ever let lack of a craft supply stop you, right? That's a real thing in crafting. Just keep crafting, keep moving forward, keep crafting, you'll be all right. Okay, this one, is that black? I might do this one. This is Black Soot Distress Ink. And that's kind of dry. I'll use this one. It's not the dauber. It's that dauber is actually what's dry, not the pad, as far as I know. Seem to be getting some ink here, so that's good. Using black this time instead of brown. You could use black and brown. You could use just brown. You could use any colors you like. All right. So this is giving me a bit of a darker edge on that. And maybe I want to put a background on here. So I've cut a little piece of decorative paper. This one is going to look like this when it's finished. You're just basically building a frame for the word. So I'm going to place this down. It's going to have to be a short word because it's a short piece of paper. So I'm going to find a short word. Notes word is a short word, so that would work. Let me see if we have something else. And you can ink this. Did I just ink that? I can't remember. Well, it's inked. Okay, here we go. I might have inked it before, but I was playing here. You caught me. I've been playing. Okay, so maybe let's use this one this time. And if you put these words on here, you just want to make sure that you leave enough space in between. So you have a little bit of white above and below each word. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. Let me get it just a little more off this side. So we're just building a little background. And I'm going to come along with the black again and just darken those edges just slightly. You angle it back this way, you don't get a lot on the page. If you put it down this way, you're going to get more on the actual word where the note word is. And there we go. All right. Okay, so we have this kind of a look now. All right, let's pop that in the book and see what that looks like. I have one here, and you can put a few or as many. I like to stagger them. I think it gives a really cool look when you stagger them. Here's a page. I think this one might be cool. Maybe I'll put this one at the bottom. They don't necessarily have to go in order. You could put first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or you could stagger them. Totally your choice. I think I'm going to put this one, maybe actually up here. The other one was a little lower. Let me check what's on the back. Slide you down just a bit. Okay. And then again, I'm just going to put some glue on here. The whole back. Check where my front is. And place my page tab. Maybe just a little down from the edge. Sticking out just a little bit. There we go. Pretty easy concept, right? Okay, next one. Okay, this time we're going to make something that looks like this. And it's very easy to make as well. I'm going to take this, and I like to use the side that has the most text on it. Fold that in half. And you can also use these for toppers for journal cards, which is kind of fun. So they have multiple purposes. You can also put the page tabs at the top of your journal. We will put some there just so you can see the difference. All right. All right, there we go. There we go. Gluing our little flaps down. I think I'm going to come with the brown again. Maybe I'll use vintage photo this time since I have it out here. They can all be decorated differently or the same. There are no rules with this. It's just about having fun. Or you can make them all uniform and cohesive. That can be fun too. All right, plop that down, that over there, and we have a base. I mean, you can decide which way you want your text. Notice when you fold the paper over as such, you're going to have text which is upright, and then text which is upside down. And it doesn't matter to me really what way the text goes because that's more of a decorative background. But if it is of concern, you can always orient your text accordingly. Okay, so I'm just zooming in on here so you can see what I'm doing. I used a peg stamp. I get mine from Nora Jane on Etsy. She has a nice selection. I have no affiliation with her. I just like her peg stamps. Gosh darn it. And because people always ask me where I get them. Okay, so I'm going to use the black. And I'm going to make a background, basically like a background frame, but it's going to be out of rubber stamp. And this is a little oak leaf. Okay. One. Okay. Oh, not the world's great. I'm not the world's greatest stamper. Okay, I'm going to let that out here. Okay. I made a little background, and you can leave it just like that, and that's pretty in and of itself. But I want to use it as a background for a word, like I did with, oh, where'd it go? Yeah. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, things are hiding on me already. So this is what it looks like. So that word I actually got from these leftover strips of paper. Let me back up just a little bit. So I'm just going to look. Let's say you don't have pages of Digikits or anything like that with words on them. Well, if you have books, you have words. So I'm looking at the words that I do have here already. I'm looking for a cool word. It can be from regular text, or it can be from the title. Maybe it's a little bigger, a little darker. If it's from a title, totally depends. Okay, so here's the word mystery. I'm going to take that word and tear it out. And now I have a word. I don't have to print it. I don't have to buy anything. It's at my fingertips, which is kind of cool. Maybe I want to go a little closer than I did. I want my background oak leaves to show. I'll tear it this way. Oh, I'll fumble fingers this morning. Fumble finger alert. That's okay. We just carry on. And if I goof it up, I can always go back and get more words. Okay. All right. All right. When I tear these words out, I like to avoid straight lines. I like kind of like random, crazy line. There, I got the word. Okay. And when you're done fussing with it, you're done fussing with it. That's kind of how I judge when I'm done. Okay. So this one, I believe I outlined in black. You never know with my daubers. They're you know, they've commingled. Is that black? No, here's black. And cross-pollinated a lot. with my stuff, so you get what you get sometimes. You get new colors that never were. You get greeny browns and blacky blues and things like that. But it's all good. It's all vintagey looking. There we go. That's kind of cute. You can even just take these words and stick them to a page randomly. They look cool. All right. Taking this on the background with the rubber stamps. Come a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. And mystery. There we go. Now we have created that. That's kind of cool, right? Little tail there. Let's tear that off. All right. So that's good. So we've got that one. Then another very simple way of doing this is just using the one stamp approach. Oh, I'm going to back up just a tad. Okay. And then fold over. So they're basically they fold to pretty close to the same place, and that gives you, there's no measuring involved. Yay! With this crazy wild method that we're doing here with just some small bits of paper. Sometimes you don't need a lot of paper to play and have fun. Sometimes you just need goofy ideas. That's it. That's all we need is a bunch of goofy ideas, and we can be having fun. Okay, so let's see. This one is peeling paint. Let's just use some green. I don't think we've used green yet. Just to give it a different background. And I think that the text itself is a very pretty background to start with. Okay. Now, let's say you want to do something different. You could come along with see if this works. It's a Sharpie pen. This is a grand test of whether the Sharpie pen works. Oh, it does. Okay, it's very thin. I think I want something a little bit thicker. All right, let me go into my pen drawer and pull out something a little bit thicker. Okay, hang on. Everything's hiding from me. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with what I have secured, and it is the Sharpie pen in fine, which is this teeny tiny little microscopic end. But that's okay, I can use that. And then I'm going to grab this Faber-Castell Bit Artist pen in SB, and it's got like a magic mark. It's like a felt, like that kind of look. So what I'm going to do is make a design if I don't have rubber stamps. So something with a little bit fatter of an end. Maybe we're just going to make flowers. Okay, so let's see. We're going to make some petal-like things with the shape of this pen. I don't know why it's called a pen. It feels more like a marker. I would call this a marker, but the rest of the world calls it a pen. Maybe I just do 3 little flowers. Okay. And then this will, well, I guess I could do it. Be very careful and draw thin lines. There. You can just make very simple designs like that. And if you want to use what you have, which is the goal, I have this thing that makes this little tiny Sharpie pen. It makes very tiny little dots. Maybe I want to just put some dots around the flower here, as if they're maybe floating stamens or pollen blowing in the wind. We can decide what we want it to be in our own imagination, because we're just wild and crazy like that. Okay, here we go. These could very loosely be tulips or something like that. And then just the simplicity of that, just leave it as is. Or you could amp it up and maybe do a little corner art. And just giving it some edging. And this is really a little palette, not palette, it's a little canvas for you to play on. Some canvases are big and some canvases are small. And this may happen to be a small one. Maybe this guy needs a little leaf. Okay. Now, I'm having way too much fun. And you can mass make a bunch of these so you have them at the ready to go ahead and just place on your journals All right, let's place that little guy because he's different than the others. Oh, let me back up so you can see what on earth is going on here. And I'm just trying to find a location in here where I could place another one. Oh, here's a nice place. So I'm looking from the side to see where I can stagger. Maybe I'll put this one down here. That looks kind of cool. I'm just going to open it up, put glue stick all over the back, and look how I didn't put my glue lid on. You want to get in the habit of doing that, or else your glue stick's going to dry out, and you're going to be a sad camper, and we don't want that. No, put that back on, Pam. Okay, so you don't have to have rubber stamps either. You can just make these freehand, and that's easy. Very, very simple designs anybody can do. Okay, and I got that going. So you can start to see these little things peek out, and they're kind of cute. Okay, and just another way to level up your junk journal. And here's another one. Let's make another one while we're here. Something else you can do on them. You can bring in stickers or washi tape or colored pencils, whatever you like stenciling. Maybe we'll add a little stencil on this one. See where that takes us. Well, that wasn't a straight line, Pam. Let's try and refold that. Okay. All right, here we go. There. All right. Down. Okay. Here. Ink a little bit on this guy with the black soot. And then maybe we'll grab a stencil and just run across this and just see the look we're getting. All right, let me grab a stencil. Anything will do, Pam. Just grab something. Okay, this one. I used that one a while ago. Let's use this one. This one's kind of pretty. All right, here's my very not cleaned stencils. I know. I hear you. Disdain. I get it. Okay, let me just put that over there. I think maybe I'm going to do this in blue since there's always some blue on there. This is Broken China. There's lots of different blue inks. Pretty much any inks will work in this situation. Just going to wake mine up a little bit because that's just water I'm spritzing on there, just regular old water. You can spritz your ink pad if there's still ink in it and it's just dried out. You can also spritz your dauber and get some ink. And I didn't want to use this dauber. I wanted to use although this will work in this small regard. I think it will. Let's just try it. Okay. I would probably rather use the paddle brush because when you rub these spongy foams over the stencil, it kind of cuts your dauber up a little bit and it shreds it, the foamy end. So if you don't want to do that, then there you go. So now you got something that looks like that. And that's kind of pretty. The nice thing about purchasing stencils is you purchase them once and then you can use them and reuse them 1,000 times. They're a great tool. And I think I'm going to come in with a little bit of brown. Just feeling it needs more brown. You're too far away to see all the excitement going on here. All right, here we go. What brown? Vintage photo. This has already been wet. I'm just going to do the corners a little bit on this one to hue them in a little bit. Vignetting the design is very fancy. And I could have done the back too. Yeah, I think I will. Since you kind of see both sides. You don't always have to do the back of everything, but if you want to, you can. Okay, I'm going to now be a good camper and cover that and open this one up. This is the Broken China. Oh, wrong dauber. Wrong dauber alert. Whoops. Hang on. Bring back up so you can see a little bit. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did get a little brown in there, but you know what happens. Can I tell you? The alternative daubery thing is maybe something that looks like this. Paddle brush. Paddle. Okay. And these work beautifully. If you get your hands on these, I originally found mine at not TJ Maxx. Yeah, TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something like that. And they just really lay down the density beautifully. This works as well. It's just a little more destructive on your brush. Okay. So we have that, and I think that's pretty. just as is. And again, you could put a word there or just leave it as is. You don't always have to have a word on it. Let me go back in here. And we will place this somewhere deeper in the book, maybe in this area where there's a lot of pages that are looking. Okay, so I'm going to check. Okay, there's one here, here, here. So here, I think I'm going to put it in the middle. It's a nice distribution pattern. Again, opening it up. And that's just kind of a nice little thing to add to a book. You can make them meaningful. You can put breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can put thoughts, hopes, wishes. You can put quotes, poems, meaningful, like you can put events. You can put memories. You can put lots of fun words that just make everything flow really well through your journal, or they can be absolutely random. There. And you can make them stick out more if you want, or recess them more. I think it just gives a cool little look to the side of your journal when you can see them kind of peeking up. And everybody might go, oh, what's that? They'll kind of look and they'll go to that page like, oh, here's a nice place that I can write, which is a rarity in my books, but there's always a place to write because a lot of the stuff is removable, or you can write around it. So it just depends what kind of journal you're making. All right, so let me see. Oh, look, I've got Mr. Snufferpants. He's right here, ready for his pup date. Are you ready for your pup date? No, I'm not. There will be no pup date today. There is a pup date strike going on at the moment. What do you mean a pup date strike? Well, we are holding out for more chicken. There has been minimal chicken given to the pup dater, and we want to know why, and we want to have more. Okay, well, sometimes when the little pup dater gets a little too much chicken, let's just say it's not a pleasant thing. And what, please, what can we, no, we're not talking about that here. No, change the subject. Everything is fine. There is no problem with the chicken delivery. We shall now retract our concern and go back to the board and have a discussion about not talking about certain things with everybody. Mom. Oh, okay. Did I embarrass you? Yes. Okay. You're going to hold it against me? Maybe for 10 minutes. And then I'll bite back to my cute, adorable self. Okay, very well. I think I can make it for 10 minutes. All right, carry on. Okay. Well, that's really all I have to say because there was no pup date today. So, happy crafting, everybody. Love ya. Okay. All right, well, apparently the no pup date was all about not getting enough chicken, and we'll have to review that. Is that a valid concern, or is this, something that is just, he didn't have his notes and things like that ready. Maybe he was making some of these on the side, and he just was playing with the paper, as I have been guilty of doing. Here's just one stamp. I don't think I showed you that, but you could do multi-stamps or just one simple stamp. So a lot of fun, different ways to do these. You can, again, layer them up and make little borders and backgrounds. You can also bring in fabric and things like that. There's a lot of things that I didn't show, but 1,000,001 things you can do with book pages and have fun. Remember, I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. If you haven't signed up for that, the link is down below. You get a free digital image, checklist of supplies, note from the bookmaker, which explains what a junk journal is and how to use it, and a page list of ideas on how to break a blank page, plus fun things from the Paper Outpost. And there's my videos. They come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. My podcasts come out Tuesdays and Thursdays, new audio material. And you can watch a video podcast any day of the week on Spotify. And sorry, trying to do some camera work here. And what else can I tell you? I have an Etsy shop where I sell journals and bundles and kits and fundles when they are available. And I have a print and mail service for Digikits, which are printable, downloadable images. You can either buy the computer files for me, or you can ask me to print them out for you. I do them in batches of 10 Digikits. I just need the 10 names of the Digikits that you want. And for you to email that list to pam@thepaperoutpost.com or through Etsy message, and then buy the print and mail option. That's all you need to do. And also, you can also say surprise me if you're unsure which ones to get, or you might say, I like butterflies and birds. I would like an assortment of those. I can curate that for you. You get free priority mail shipping with that as well. And I have an Amazon shop, so if you're looking for favorite tools and supplies, I do my best to put links in there so you can find things easily. It's an affiliate link. It does help my shop, but you do not pay more for the items for using these links, so thank you very much. And I also have a t-shirt shop, so if you like the phrase create with reckless abandon, you can get that on a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a zipped hoodie, a mug, a tote, or a water bottle. Okay. And you can find me on Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook group, and Twitter. And remember, most of all, that fun can be simple, and create with reckless abandon, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.